and welcome to this Board Game Life. I am your host, Mark, and today I'm going to be unboxing Wroth, along with 2 expansions available for this game from Chip Theory Games. Now, Wroth is an area control board game that can be played competitively, cooperatively, or solo. Players choose a faction and vie for control of the island of Wroth by drafting action dice to gain resources, deploying and moving troops, and attacking the opposition, all while trying to hold key positions and dominate the region. Wroth rewards cunning troop management and the clever use of your faction's elite troops and powerful once-per-game abilities. Each faction has asymmetric abilities, so what works for one won't necessarily work for the other. The game ends after a round when one faction reaches 30 victory points or completes a scenario-based mission, depending on the game mode. Wroth can be taught in 10 to 15 minutes and is playable in roughly an hour. This game is designed by Manny Trembley, with the solo design by Adam Carlson. The artwork is by Manny Trembley. This game is published by Chip Theory Games in 2025. It is for ages 14 and up for 1 to 4 players and plays in about 60 minutes. All right, so before we get to the table and show these things off, I do ask that you please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button for us, and hit that bell icon so you'll never miss when we're dropping new content. All right, let's go to the table, and we're going to start. We're going to open up a Wroth. I mean, look at that artwork. I'll be honest, when I first saw this game, the bright colors of the game really kind of turned me kind of off from it. I don't know, there was just something about it I didn't interest me. And then I got a friend of mine who got the game, and I'm like, let me try it. Well, you can see what that turned into, me buying my own copy. So yeah, this is a fantastic game. I'm so excited to have this. So, all right, let's take a peek. What is this? It's a desiccant. Never seen one like that. All right, skip the rule book. There's a diced tutorial, so you can skip the reading the book if you'd like. All right, so here's the manual. A little bit of flavor text there, and talks about the different factions. There's a list of all the components. So you do start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different factions, plus there's the 2 that come in the expansions for a total of 7 different factions. And I'll show you some of those things. There's the board, which is actually a neoprene mat, which is in the box. So, all right. So again, going through the different phases, what the dice do, talking about the different regions on the map. And there's a solo cooperative mode. And I only played this competitive. I haven't tried solo or the cooperative, so. But, all right. So we've got more desiccant. We have. I wonder why these are in 2 different pouches. All right. Throw everything in my box here. So here's some reference cards. Action dice, human dice, the AI rules. These are the same. Oh, you can have up to 4 players. So I'm surprised I was surprised that these were in separate sleeves. All right. So again, you can see here's gives you a little what to do with the dice. your icon action references, and then on the other side is the turn the round overview. So whether you're playing the AI rules or for, or if you're doing PvP, you're going to use this side. All right. So had a little interruption. Our good buddy Rob called and had to answer his. So if you got a little weird jump there, because I had to cut part of the video out to remove his ringtone because that would give me a copyright infringement probably on YouTube. So apologize if there's a weird clip there. All right. Anyways, we're continuing to look into Wroth. And again, this chip theory. So everything you're seeing here is what comes in the game. I mean, these games are deluxeified to begin with. It's just chip theory. So here's a bunch of the dice. You can see this nice container that they come in. I will take the lid off. And so we have, let's see. I don't remember. So I had a different character, but so we've got, I think, probably the red player's dice, the white player's dice, the green. Of course, I got more green over here. Oh, yeah, some players, I think, have 9 dice. Others have 6. So we got some red here. We've got orange player, pink player. The black player, I think, is the, this is your, what do they call this? The all-seeing dice. Something to that effect. But they will have different, there's a 1 blanks, there's a 2. So that's like when you put this particular dice down, it does something. It's an ability for the green player. And then if they get attacked, this guy basically like has a 2 defense. So when you attack them once, then you rotate the dice to know that they can only take 1 more hit type of thing. So the dice look gorgeous. And then we have some more here. Some more dice. Yeah, these were the all-seeing dice, I think. No, this was the all-seeing because it had the 2 times. I think it had the doubler on it. So this is the all-seeing die. And then don't remember. Oh, these ones are the ones that you roll. These black ones, you roll these. Roll all the dice, and then that's when you're doing your dice drafting. So, and then I think these are probably for the solo mode or the competitive mode. We did not use these dice in my cooperative mode. We didn't use these in the game I played. All right. So now we have the playmat. Again, some people are like, no, not a playmat, but this fits in the box. This isn't something you have to figure out where to store it, which is awesome. This actually fits. So I'm going to roll this out and you can see it. And this is what I was talking about. Like when I first saw people unboxing this and reviewing this game, I saw this and I was like, wow, it's just these bright colors. And I don't know. I got to learn not to judge a book by, and I got to learn not to judge a game by the box art or the story of what the game is, because often I judge it by that and then I miss out when I somehow end up playing it later. Like, this is a fantastic game. It's great. And this game is really, really good. I really do enjoy this game. So I am so glad that a friend of mine picked it up and that I gave it a shot, because it is real good. All right. All right. So now we have some neoprene player mats. Continuing with the bright colors. So here is, and there's 2 sides of this. So this is the AI side. I think this is when you play, maybe if you're playing against the AI, this is the side that is used. But when you're playing competitive, you use the other side. So the artwork here changes, and you'll see that it doesn't say AI there. But Das is a different character, and it does have AI there. So Here's the Uglin. This is. Then we have Coda. Is that Coda? Or is that KDA? Doesn't really look like an O. K-da. I think it's K-da. And then here's the Guild or Guild. Right. And then you've got. I don't even know what that is. Aldan, maybe? It's an interesting font. So, all right. So those are your player mats. Then we have the scoreboard. So you'll put your little pieces on the board as you're scoring. And again, in a competitive game, when you get to 30, the first person to 30 will win. And then the 40, I am assuming, is for maybe if it's for multiple people, or maybe that's the competitive, or I don't know. I did not, haven't played that. All right, so you can see there's still more stuff down in here. Yeah, I will say I printed inserts for this game. You don't really need to. I mean, everything is, they got a really nice storage for everything, but I'll explain why I did my own inserts in just a little bit. I keep showing you, and I'll show you kind of my inserts, what they look like. But all right, so I want to show you some of these. So for the Uglin, I'm going to show you their little, it's like a little zombie hand or something. It looks really cool. This is their, I forgot what they call them. But these are like your units. Let me see what they actually call them. But they're like kind of like your armies that you put out and to play and to fight. They only have like, it's like a 1 health thing. Oh, it is Coda. So it's Runin, the Guild, Uglin, Runin, Coda, and Aldan are the character names. So you have those are troop markers. So they just call them troop markers. I thought there was another name for them, but all right. So then we have the pink ones, which are okay. So we've got maroon, emerald, white, dark blue. I don't have a dark blue. There's no dark blue in here. Guild troop markers, dark blue. Okay. Alden troops are maroon. And we have a ruby. Let's see, where's Coda? Let's see. Didn't he have a... I got pink. Well, that's interesting. I don't have any dark blue guild markers. So I wonder what color they're supposed to be. I thought that's interesting. I wonder if there's a boo-boo in my package. They don't show the markers, do they? That's interesting. So I'm supposed to have maroon, ruby, emerald, white. I don't see how you get dark blue and emerald. I'm sorry, dark blue and ruby out of orange and pink. So let's see. Let's check their cards. I think maybe it's these things. These cards I think show their symbol. We'll see if that works. And then we'll try to figure it out that way. Well, they do not. That is a bear claw. Yeah, even the Ooglan, which is the white ones. That's these guys. These little white ones here. They don't show. Well, it does show little hands in the background of their card. So you can kind of see faintly. There's little hands. So let me see what I see for some of these others. It's interesting. I'm going to have to look this up because, anyways, you don't care about that. I will. I'm sure it's correct. And maybe it's just a misprint in the book. I'll have to figure out whose colors go with what. And if not, I'll have to contact them because I know Wroth is like a yellowish color. Or I'm sorry, Wroth, Vena. And this one looks to be I'm not sure what kind of color that is. Almost looks like a teal. So, but anyways, I'll figure it out. So you've got different cards for each of your characters. So these these are let's see, what are they called? You basically pick one of these to you can use one that you pick one of these like abilities that of the three that your character has, you're going to pick one of them in your game and discard the other two, and you're going to use that as a special ability. So this is kind of, again, part of your asymmetry that comes in the game. These, you're going to get a bunch of these little gems. So these are called Korra gemstones. So it's kind of like money, how you use those to get more troops or your special troops out onto the out to the out on the board. And these I didn't do these so I'm not sure which these are, but these are some more cards for each things. What's it say on the back? Event. I would prioritizing his quarter. Remember, I think these might be. Oh, these I think are those mission things because it says missions, how many points you get. So I think these are those mission cards that allow you to, which we did not do. First player marker, real nice poker chip. So, and then we've got these different tiles. So, for example, let's see, that's not one of them. These are things that are going to sit out on the map. And like this one says, if you control the area after the round, you get a point, plus you get to, what do you get to do? Move a troop? You get to deploy up to 2 troops to your deployment zone. Or you can instead move up to 2 troops to an adjacent region. So you get these additional bonuses. This one, you're going to get a point, and also you can attack a region you occupy or an adjacent region for 1 additional damage. So these are some things that you can get at the end of the round. All right. So let's put the lid back on that. Yeah, there's not like blue dice in here anyways. Like all the dice, I got the pinks, I got the greens. I got orange, so I think that's just a misprint with the blue, because there's no blue. There's no blue in the box. So, all right, let's take a peek. So that's the base game. So let's take a look at the 2 expansion characters that you can also pick up if you would like. So this one is Vena. This is the one I played my first time. I did play it the game twice. The first time I played it, and I kept the same character because it's like, well, I'm just learning it. So there's 9 dice for that one. This one has like these little yellow scythe that is your marker. And then of course you get this card again, I think is for the missions, and then your abilities. One of the things, the one I'll show you this one since I played as Venna. Let me get them out of here. So I'll just kind of give you with this one because I used it. So Toil and Trouble is hers. So once per game, I can defeat 4 basic troops from your player mat and from each opposing player mat, and then I flip the card. So I lose 4 troops, but everyone else would also lose 4. So really, this is kind of if you get the other player down to having less troops and you have more, you can basically use this to wipe out their troops. You're going to lose 4 as well, but now, I think the point of this is they lose their troops. They got no more to deploy, and you still would. So I think that's kind of I got Raise the Dead. Once per game, gather all my cauldrons and deploy them one at a time to regions you occupy. Then add up to 2 troops from your discard to each region with a cauldron. And then also I have Enhanced Sorcery. This is the one I use because it's persistent. So when Venna attack a region that has a hag, an acolyte, or a cauldron, which are your dice, then you deal additional damage. So I did the one that was persistent. That's what I did. So everything you need for the character is in here. Another playmat, the dice, their troops, their cards. So like I was talking about the hag and the acolyte and the cauldron. So you've got these dice, and so you can see the little green face matches here. This is the acolyte. So if this is sitting, it costs me a Cora 1 gem to deploy one of these. And if Venna is damaged by an attack in a region that has an acolyte, I get to deploy 1 Tyro, which are essentially one of my troops. I get to deploy one of them. And this area up here is where all your little troops are going to sit. The hag dice. So if Venna is damaged by an attack in a region that has a hag, I deal 1 damage to the attacker in that region. So these are nice to have out there. They can be hit 4 times. So they would have to. It can cause your enemy to have focus their attack and do more damage here to keep more troops out, because they want to get rid of this because they're taking damage every time they attack your region. And then the cauldron is you deploy to a region you occupy, and then that cauldron cannot be moved. And if attacked in that region, the cauldron takes damage last, so they can't target this till everything else is gone. And at the start of each round, you get to add 1 Tyro, which is your little troops, from the discard to regions with a cauldron. So that's really powerful because you can pull troops back what have been discarded. So really kind of like this character, but I will definitely be playing some others because they're all going to have really cool stuff, abilities like that. All right. And the last, let's check. Let's take a look at the last expansion, Haldean. All right. So they've got like little horse heads as their character things. They got 9 different dice. They got their 2 card packs and their playmat. So their troops are called Leonids, and their abilities here. So we've got the lion at the start of each round. Each lion heals 1 vitality. The rider is, after moving, a rider may move again. On its second move, deal 1 damage to an opposing troop in the region it moved from. Then Iron Will is deployed to a region you occupy, cannot move or be moved. If attacked, Iron Will takes damage first. So again, you can see just comparing those 2, how different they are. All right. Well, that is Wroth and its expansions. So again, I do ask that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notify icon so that you'll always be notified of new content. And again, check this out. Oh, and for these little troops, I do know the Kickstarter, there was an option for metal upgrades for these. And I don't see them available on Chip Theory's site at the moment. And I couldn't find them available anywhere. So I don't know if it's a crowdfunding exclusive, but I am going to Gen Con next week, and I'm going to be heading over to the Chip Theory booth and seeing if they have the metal pieces. The person that I played with, she had all the metal bits, and man, are they nice. They are very nice. So I'm hoping to pick some up, but they are available, or they were available, and I'll let you know when I come back, when I'm doing my Gen Con haul video. If I'm able to pick those up, if they have them available, I will show those off as well. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we really appreciate your support. Hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you at the table.